Well, hello, my YouTube friends. It is Saturday morning, and I am overjoyed to have received this knife the week of my birthday. That was probably one of my best gifts of the year, along with the artifact that allows me to shoot this video, the iPhone X XS Max. My two gifts. And I believe those are exceptional self-gifts, actually, that I received from myself. So yeah, extraordinary gift. And I'm going to review that knife. But first and foremost, it's Saturday morning. I have to drink my morning coffee. Because this is one of my favorite times when I get to share with you during the weekend my passion for knives. As I said, I love to make those videos. They take 15 minutes of my time. Sometimes I even discover through the lens of the camera some features that I missed with my eyes. And that's really truly some moment that I appreciate when I receive a new knife, especially this one that is very, very, very special. Very special because it is exactly the opposite of what you would expect from Marcin. It's unique because all the features that you have, from the blade to the handle to the clip to everywhere, everything except the perfection of the build, everything is exactly the opposite of what you would expect from Marcin. So a word about Marcin. For those of you, fuck it, if you put just the slightest tension on the lock, this would never open. It's just so tight and perfect in tolerances that it wouldn't accept that you, wait a minute, that you would misuse that knife. Yeah, why is that totally different from Marcin? Marcin is a great friend of mine. He's from Poland, for those of you who don't know. While I'm rambling, I'm going to try to show you some focus on this magnificent knife. He's been making knife for, I don't know, over 15 years in Poland. And what it is that he's a guy that is a rough guy. By all means, when I say that, I mean it with the best way possible. He wanted first, when he made knives, to make sturdy knives, all handmade and designed to be not used, but even hard used. And his knives, what you can expect from him is like beaters, honestly, like the Fat Bowies, the Mouse, all those designs, and the way he makes them are really designed to be extremely well built, etc. I mean, something that you can truly, truly hard beat. So most of the time you're going to get it from him, and his early work, and even up to a year ago, I would say, was a year or a year and a half, was mainly stonewash, handle, like the Fat Bowie that I have, stonewash handles, stonewash blade, and again, really truly something that is made to be used. No nonsense whatsoever, all handmade, and bend clips, no 3D, something that is, again, a true EDC, and the best one at that, because honestly, I've had a lot of knives, and as of today, I believe that I haven't seen anyone that could beat the construction of the knife that Marcin used to make when he started making knives. He was a true genius in the art of knife making and sturdy build EDC. So why this one is totally different? By all means, it's totally different. With the impulsion of some friends like myself or Steve Val, or Valley, I don't know how you pronounce your name, my friend, Marcin's started to accept things by himself, and again with the help probably of the friends, he started to accept to start making, like hand-rubbed blades. And man, check that. To accept using timascus, zirconium, but for a while he would never accept to do like a clip, like 3D clip in timascus. This is something that he would abhor doing. I mean, I would like beg him to make me some timascus here and there. He would never want to use that kind of material. For him, it's not a user. It has no place whatsoever in the knife. And the 3D clip, they're overbuilt, they take some room. Why would you do that for an EDC? I mean, that was like totally. And here we are, some years after, with a knife that has a full timascus, something that he would never use before. The lock still is in timascus, the clip and 3D in timascus, the blade is hand rubbed, everything is totally out of control here. What makes it absolutely unique. Unique because he accepted the idea that he can still make sturdy knives as it is this one. It is totally different, and yet it is exactly all in his DNA. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that, my last drop of coffee before that Marcin started also to use the CNC. So this is made with CNC, of course, but of course also CNC run by him, and a lot of handwork in that. We're going to review that after those 6 minutes of rambling, but I believe it was interesting to discuss those points. Yeah, like I said, it has absolutely every drop, every single dot on his knife has his DNA. It is sturdy as they can come. It is, I mean, everything is perfect on this knife by all means. And it's a true Marcin with his DNA, but again, something absolutely unique by the use of those material, by the use of the CNC, by the finish that he got on the blade. Everything is unique, and yet very much like Marcin is in himself. Because you can still understand that you want to make sturdy knife, and you can make also art knives. This knife, I can tell you can definitely use it, but it's an art knife by all means, and it is to put to this credit to have the possibility to accept the idea that you can make art knives and yet make them absolutely sturdy and built like vaults. Okay, so now let's start the review after 7 minutes or something. Like I said, the use of the CNC, you can tell, but of course you have, I mean, it's done, everything is run by him. Look at this angle. You have here the cut. Here you have an edge here before the handle. I mean, look at all the one cut here, one cut here, one cut here, one cut here. I'm not going to review them all. I'm just going to show them to you. Look at that. The edges. Here, it's an all angle. I don't know if you can appreciate that, but here you have a groove. Here you have another big groove here, another big groove here. You can see the line here and one here. Check that. Absolutely gorgeous. I would call it contouring for the heck of it. Even though here, I'm pretty sure it's done by hand. And here the edge is probably with the machine. I don't know. It looks, I mean, so perfect by all means. The lock also, here you have a cut on a groove on the lock. The cut is regular. Look at also all the angles that you have here. The edge on the clip, you have all these tiny. I mean, this knife has such a tremendous amount of work. You see the edge on the clip here? It's not cut like boom and boom. No, you have the little edge around the clip here. Wait a minute. You can see that now here. Absolutely phenomenal amount of work on this knife. Phenomenal, absolutely exquisite finish on this timascus scale. And look how, I mean, deep blue he got on this one. Marcin is just starting with the timascus, and now he got to a perfect mirror finish, and the colors on this one are excellent. This is actually the second one that he makes. Mini, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention mini Persian. This is the second one. The first one was a bit overcooked and it was too light. The blue was too light to my taste. This one is just absolutely perfect. Perfectly got the finish on the timascus. Absolutely adore it. I love those standoffs and the custom clip with those 3 grooves here. This is made in zirconium. Something also that you would never use. Absolutely gorgeous timascus zirconium pivot and standoffs. Love it. I tried to get him to use some zirconium screws, but they're too small and he wouldn't accept. For the sturdiness of the build, he wouldn't accept that. Now check the design of this sexy blade, because this is something that is absolutely sexy. The design of the handle is sexy. The blade is almost concealed. The only thing that is popping is the swedge, the upper swedge. From that point to that point, this is the only the swedge. Check that. Only that swedge is popping. The rest is absolutely perfectly concealed, absolutely phenomenal. Now check that. There is no popping part. Here you have the cut here with the blade. Here it follows perfectly the upper part of the scale. Just absolutely perfect design-wise and artistically wise. It's absolutely perfect. Now check those tolerances. I mean, it's on bearings, so you have some space here, but look at the tolerance here. It's almost touching the blade. Look at that here. You have no space between that point and the blade, and that point and the blade. This is where you can appreciate the tolerance, where the flats are, not on the bearing side, because of course you have the bearings, but here you can appreciate just how tight it is in tolerance. Absolutely phenomenal. Now the centering, look at that. Bullseye. Absolutely dead centered. Look at this pointy thing here. Oh man, it's pointy as it's a needle out there. I would be scared to use it because I'm even afraid that it would break. It's so pointy. I've never had such a pointy knife in my collection. Now check this grind. And like I said, he started making hand rub maybe a couple of years ago, I would say. A couple of years, 3 years, no more than that. And honestly, he got to a point where his hand rubbed is, you would find with the best grinder and best hand rubbed out there, maybe you would find the equivalent, but you will never find any. I can't think of any maker that would make a hand rubbed as perfect. I mean, more perfect than that. As perfect as that, yeah, I can find more. No. So in a couple of years, he managed to do something that he doesn't really like to begin with, to a point where it's absolutely perfect and it cannot be beaten. It can be as good, but it cannot be beaten. Absolutely perfect. He started also to use the steel insert. Again, a new feature. Why not? I mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense to use those steel insert, but you know, this is the part that is like a kind of bit trendy. The use of the hand rub, the use of the timascus, I definitely appreciate that. This is a feature that, okay, why not? It's interchangeable. People like it. I couldn't care less. A good luck is a good luck. It's enough for me. But why not? This is something also that people would appreciate, to have metal on metal here. Effortless to disengage. It's smooth, of course, as they can come. The detent is literally unbreakable. And like I said, if you put like ever so slightly a tension here, I could put all my strength, it wouldn't. I mean, it's tight as they can come, but when you don't have any pressure, look at that. Ah, it fires like a rocket. It's smooth as hell. It's perfectly built. It's an art piece. This is one of my art knives. I would consider it definitely an art knife. It's made by a friend, and it's made in the sturdiest way that you can appreciate. This is why I absolutely adore that knife. This is why I was willing for him to do that, because he started by making sturdy knives and he got to the art part. This is way better, I mean, to proceed in that direction, because you use all your skills to make sturdy knives, and then after that you adapt the art. It's probably easier to do it that way than to start it with the art and after that get to the basics and the rules of the knife making. This is why this is something absolutely that I appreciate. I started by saying it's not like Marcin's, and actually it's definitely like Marcin's, and it's definitely the way I wanted it to be, because like I said, now I get to have one of my sturdiest knife made by a friend and one of my artsiest knife in my collection. That's why this is something that I truly appreciate, and I wanted to share that with you. Hope it was not too erratic. Like I said, absolutely perfect in by all means. Yeah. Not sure that any one of you could get as easily as that a knife like that from Marcin, but if you have the opportunity, just jump, whatever the cost, just jump. This is something truly, truly exceptional. And with that being said, I'll leave you at that, and I'll catch you very soon for another video. Bye-bye, my friends.